The French know how to greet visitors with fanfare and stateliness, and can also couch the most delicate messages in polite, diplomatic language, as Macron did with Xi.
L'Union européenne est aujourd'hui
The European Union is today the most open continent and market in the world. Our trade, economic, and technological policy is not dictated by anyone. We want it to be sovereign, that is to say, independent.
To which the Chinese leader responded with equal politeness.
We support building a balanced, effective, and sustainable European security framework.
The two leaders met on Monday afternoon and evening, but not before a morning meeting that included the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen. The order of those meetings sending a clear signal to China that France is just one member of a greater European Union and that divide-and-conquer tactics might not work here. That stands in stark contrast to Germany's solo foray just 3 weeks ago when Chancellor Olaf Scholz visited China. A trip, critics say, that prioritized German automakers over just about everything, from EU policy to human rights. The European Union is particularly troubled by China's material support of Russia's war in Ukraine. Beijing is providing the components that allow Moscow to make its weapons. Scholz made little fuss over that reality. Macron has praised Beijing's pledge not to provide weapons to Russia, but said little publicly about indirect Chinese efforts. It's not just politics. Trade is also an issue. France has led the charge against the sales of Chinese electric vehicles in Europe, citing unfair subsidies that allow Chinese automakers to flood the market with cheap cars. China has retaliated with the threat of a reciprocal measure against the import of French cognac. As the day ended, Macron thanked Xi for what he called his, quote, open attitude on the cognac issue, a sign perhaps of flexibility behind closed doors. Macron is sending a very different signal to Xi compared to his trip to Beijing last year. But the French president has a reputation for surprises, and he's going to have to walk a fine line between pragmatic engagement and tough talk on specific topics over 2 days of meetings. Melissa Chan, Al Jazeera, Paris.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.